so far away. Run, 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 run. I gotta run, I cannot stay. Run, 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 run. My feet hit the pavement with every stride. Can't run far enough to escape what's inside. I run with no direction, don't know what I'll find. I can't run fast enough to escape my mind. I'm gonna run so far away. Run, 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 run. I gotta run, I cannot stay. Run, 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 run. If I keep running, don't know where I'll end up. Can't stop going, it's just never enough. My legs keep pumping, I don't wanna slow down. Can't quit going, gotta run around town. I'm gonna run so far away. Run, 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 run. I gotta run, I cannot stay. Run, 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 run. Will I ever reach the end of the earth? And when I'm done, will I finally find worth? If I stay in place, my mind starts to race. I have to keep running till I'm red in the face. I'm gonna run so far away. Run, 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 run. Better run, I cannot stay. Run, 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 run. I run, I try to escape. I flee, I just wanna stay alive. I look behind me as the wind blows, snow falls through it. I can barely see ahead. I see them chasing me, I see the figure shapes, I see them in the distance. I'm running, I just wanna stay alive. I just wanna stay alive. I look behind me as the wind blows, snow falls and through it. I can barely see ahead. I see them chasing me, I see the figure shapes, I see them in the distance. I'm running, I just wanna stay alive. I hear that outer pulse, my earth inside. I feel deep, feeling lonely. I'm running, I can't feel the close next to it, and I'm running, I just wanna stay alive. I won't give up, I won't give in, I will fight till the end begins. I just wanna stay alive. They're closing in, but I hold my breath. I'll find my strength in the face of death. I just wanna stay alive. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running.
Now you can hear me. Welcome in, everybody. I'm sorry if the stream is a little bit choppy. Apparently, Fortnite is not update. Okay, hey, look, it finally finished updating. So I think what was happening is Windows was trying to update, Fortnite was trying to download, and I was trying to stream all off my PC. And my whole computer just crashed because I tried to open too many things at once, and my PC's like, ah! Sorry, I probably need to get a filter to make that not so loud for you guys. I apologize. We are also, we're also an hour late because I got done with work and I got home, and my neighbor, he sent me a picture. He's like, hey, you want to come look at my tree? And one of his trees was like leaning over the neighbor's. He has a bridge between, like, over the ravine. He's just leaning over that in a small tree, and we're gonna get wind tonight. So there's a chance that the wind was gonna blow it out. It was gonna destroy his bridge and stuff. So I called my other coworker. We got it all fixed. We got it all figured out. I took a shower, and now we're here. We made it. The well hasn't ended. I'm sorry. And I get this weird dumb OBS issue where every time I open OBS, it, like, all my buttons are gone. So I have to push F11 and then it fixes it. And then I have to push F11 again and it fixes it again. So I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. Let me show you. I want to read the patch notes before we get in, because I want to talk about toys. I want to talk about it. But we need to read the patch notes first. So I think I set up the scene so it should work. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Whoa. Hold up. That's pretty nasty. Let me pull up the patch notes. Here we go. Oh, when I did that, let me make this. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to see your guys' text on the bottom. Can you just check and you guys can hear me, correct? So the patch notes we got don't match what's currently happening in the game. Let me read to you this. We go down here, additional. Let me see. So announcement, Ninjago Island. This is Nomadic Justice. I don't have any, like, special ways. I just wanted to talk about what's going on with the toys, because we got some weird stuff going on here. Okay, so let me see. Let me zoom in here just a little bit here. So what we got so far, we got the arena, alter equipment stuff, Ninjago resources, offer unknown energy, summon powerful foe. Like, everybody knows about the thing beneath. But there's a little bit of confusion about these Zeppelin balloon parts. So once you complete this quest, I believe you have to get 4 books of them. You have to complete 4 books. And between, if you want the monster to respawn and give you another book, you have to wait 18 hours. So they did put this in bold. Allow you to challenge it again. Conquer the more powerful enemy. You will earn a unique trophy. Showcase your mastery. I don't know if this specifically says it has to be in hardcore. Something that you guys need to pay attention to here. It says the quest is live until April 27th. Don't miss out. That's something really important. So currently it's currently April 6th. So we got 21 days until it's the quest is no longer available. The quest is live. I really hope they don't remove this from the game. That's a really cool quest. I hope they don't remove it. If you've paid to develop it, why remove it? Okay. Which makes me confused, because, like, when it ends, do these parts go away? As in, no one can get them anymore? Okay, I want to talk about toys here. Additions. Introducing our newest guided build, the Zeppelin balloon. Okay, here's something you guys, I don't know if you guys realize this. The Zeppelin balloon is actually it's actually a Lego Fortnite kit. Well, sorry, not a Lego Fortnite kit. I posted it over in here. I posted it in Craftopia. If you go down to just Lego Odyssey chat, I posted it here. The Zeppelin is from Ninjago, the show. Let me see where I posted the picture up here. If you guys didn't catch that, where did I post it? People are chatting too much. How dare they be active in our Discord? Yeah, we have an active Discord. Okay, this is an actual Ninjago set. It's already a Lego set that exists. You can't buy it because it doesn't come. It doesn't. It was an older set. I really hope they bring it back, as they just introduced it in Lego Fortnite. Please, I want to buy this set. I will pay money for this set. So it's a Lego set. It's from the Ninjago movie. It shows up apparently several times, which is really sweet, really cool. And apparently even like what's his name? Flint. Is it Flintlock or Flintnock? I messed it up on my video, and everybody was like in the comments. They're like, "Oh, it's not pronounced that way," which is good that they called me out on it. Okay. So I don't know if this is gonna be like you just have until the 27th. Okay, so a first look at what's coming next for contraptions in Odyssey, which means like I'm not sure if they're like the Zeppelin itself. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's intentional. The Zeppelin has different controls than what we currently have, and it's talking about how it's a first look. So I'm wondering if this is intentional because it feels like it's a bug. So some stuff here going on. Adjust its lift using the controller bumpers or the shift and space key on keyboards. I believe you can change that because I know at least the swivels you can, and you could change the swivel keys. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to change these keys. Hold the input to gain more lift, or tap lightly for precise altitude control. Which that is the way it works, even if you don't build it with a prefab. We're also overhauling the pilot experience. Instead of channels 1 through 4, the Zeppelin uses familiar vehicle controls like WASD or standard controller inputs. So this is what's weird, is the Zeppelin does not use the regular controls, and you can't change them. Like if you build the prefab, then the controls are different. Thrusters now, okay, here's where this is what's confusing to me. It says thrusters now respond only while held, giving you a smoother, more responsive flight, especially over long distances. The Zeppelin Raider, yeah, you're right. It is called the Zeppelin Raider. Why did they call it? Because up here, the Zeppelin balloon parts. Well, it's the whole Zeppelin Raider. It should be the Zeppelin Raider parts. So the patch note is wrong. The patch note is wrong because the balloon unlocks before. Doesn't the balloon unlock before you even complete the quest? I know the steering wheel unlocks by completing the quest. This is where I'm worried. It's a really cool new steering wheel, and I hope they allow everybody to have access to the steering wheel. But it may just be us until April 27th. Because you unlock the balloon. Well, you unlock the steering wheel and then the parts for the new ship. But the jets and the new balloon are already there. So I hope the steering wheel, because that's the one thing. Like the other rest of the parts of the ship, they're cool, but they're not necessary. But that steering wheel. Nocturnal, welcome in. Stopping in to say hello. I'm not sure if I will hear you respond because the stream is cutting out. Oh shoot, the stream is it still cutting out for you guys? Oh man, hold up. I'm not sure what is going on because my battery's up. Let me see if it is still. No. I don't know. Nomadic Justice says you can still add the thrusters to channels for your autopilot. Still, if you just use the thrusters, the wheel, there's no way to do the new steering. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if the stream's still cutting in and out. I might have to restart or something. But yeah. So it's weird. Is the thrusters, they only really work. Oh, it's smooth on your end. Good. I hope this isn't just for the new ship. And it just says thrusters now respond only while held, which isn't true. It's only on the new Zeppelin. So I'm not sure if it's bug or if it's intentional, because it's talking about it's a first look at what's coming next, and then all these bullet points are after. But then, Well, if these are subcategory, we have some of them, but not all of them. So it probably means once the quest is gone, it'll be made into a kit in the item shop that will only show up for every 90. Yeah, you're right. Every 90 years. Now I would be okay. I would be okay if they, after the 27th, you have to buy it for a small fee. I would be okay with that. Reward us for being here, and then don't just like get rid of it completely. Either make it to where there needs to be a way to get those parts. On even greater control is on the way. So there's some more stuff coming that we don't know about yet. Even greater control is on the way with channels assignment coming soon. So I'm not sure if they're telling us that yes, we know that it's a problem. Channel assignment, I would assume that might be talking about the WASD, because we have channels 1 through 4, and even greater controls on the way. And if we have a first look at what is coming for the contraptions in Odyssey, I would assume you could say that, like, they're giving us a first look with the Zeppelin, and they're going to give us greater control later. So it's not bugged. It's just not available to us yet. That we will hopefully be able to do WASD. I don't know that reverse doesn't work at the moment. At this moment. So reverse does work. You just have to put jets facing the opposite direction. The Nomadic Justice says the ship they have shown for the new pass appears to have the same wheel for steering, but different balloons. Yeah, you're right. That's something I'm not gonna pull up here, but you're right. There's no balloons on the new pass. Well, let me pull. I think it might actually just be right here. Let me scroll up a little bit. I'll show you guys. So there's also in our Discord here. If you guys want to just keep up to date, I think like everybody that's in here is actually already part of Craftopia Discord because you guys are all amazing. But yeah, so if you look at that, I'm sure everybody's already talked about it. And why is it ducked all the way up here? It's so high. How dare you guys be active in the Discord and chat? But yeah, so the new build kit that we're going to be getting is going to have some really cool pieces. Actually, I also need to talk about those pieces. That kit may actually be really good. I thought about making a video about it. I'll just pop in a world and I'll show you what I mean. Yeah. So that I guess that's as far as the patch notes I wanted to talk about here. We're gonna get more controls, or we're gonna get greater control later. With channel assignment coming soon. I don't know how long soon is though. Hopefully a couple weeks, maybe. So right now, I'm holding off on making a lot of vehicles because I want to play around with these new channels. And I would assume that's with a first look at what's coming, WASD assignment. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm holding off on making like a tutorial for a ship, but we're going to pop in because physics has changed. I also want to show you those new parts. Let me switch my scenes over to LEGO Fortnite here. Let me turn on LEGO Fortnite here, and we'll get that open and going. Ben says, I don't know what the reverse... Oh, yeah, you already said that. So, we're gonna mess around with the physics. The new balloon, the first thing that I did with that, that's why I made the thumbnail the way I did, is does the balloon go upright or does it go sideways? And the answer, I think, is it doesn't matter. I know the old balloons, they have a preferred orientation. So when you put them on the ship, they like to be upright. They like to be upright. But this new one almost doesn't seem like it cares. Optimizing content. It's loading. The game is loading. The new balloons, they don't necessarily seem like they care. Welcome in Remming Lexington. I don't think the balloons have an orientation anymore. In the regular I do know that the regular balloons, there's a bug, at least I hope a bug. There's a bug where when a balloon is activated, the center of mass changes. I've reported the bug over on the Discord. If you guys to they have an official Discord, and if you go in there, there's a spot to report bugs. Hold up. Hello, Lego. Hello, are you going to play? I don't know what's going on with my PC. Sorry, guys. If the stream's cutting out, I apologize. Here we go. Pneumatic Justice says it does throw me off that the Zeppelin doesn't go high enough to get to the monastery. That is kind of funny. I'm sorry that it just cut out. I don't know what's going on. If it gets too bad, I'll restart my PC. I already restarted it once. Yes, even the regular. A few of my airships are not balanced now. Yeah, pretty much all of your airships are trashed. They roll forward, and it feels like the buttons are just spherical on the buoyancy. Okay, balloons are spherical. Okay. I like that they had a preferred orientation. Your internet died. Can't watch live. I'm sorry. My internet might be dying. I don't know. Let me know, chat. If everything just gets like too haywire, let me know and I'll shut it down. And if the stream goes completely offline, message me on Discord. Tell me like, oh, you're talking to nobody. Let me take you guys over there real quick. Bye guys, Juncture. Oh, so normally on Monday nights we've been doing like community. I needed to not have as much social hanging out with you guys. I'm cutting out really bad. Okay. Hit refresh. You hit refresh and it's better. Okay, let me see if I can let me do a thing here. I don't think Nvidia, Fortnite. Let me just clear a lot of these. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. Delete. Yes. I'm going to delete a bunch of video files. I'll see if that helps with anything. Recycling bin is empty. Okay, sure. I just deleted a bunch of videos trying to free up some space on my PC. It shouldn't be full. But yeah, let me if it's cutting out too bad, I'll restart or something. So let's hop in here into the junk drawer. I wanted to show. Hey, welcome in, Christopher. We're talking all about toys today. I will show you guys the new parts that we're going to be getting in the pass. Because I was going to make a video about it. I'm not going to make a video. I'll just show you guys the parts. And then we will start messing around with the toys. I'll show you some of the changes that have come about. And we'll play with them. How was your weekend, Christopher? Did you do anything for Easter? Oh, you're sort of sweet. I always forget mixing up the names and stuff. Okay, let me take you. Oh, I don't want a thermal detonator. Let me set my settings. HUD needs to be upped a little bit here. Oh, did a 90. Apply, and then we can set these graphics because I think I had them all the way really high. No, they're fine actually. Let me go over to airship. 808. Ooh, whoa. We'll actually fly over there. Sweet. Okay. So I must say, it is actually pretty sweet. Being able to just use WASD. And I like the fact that you can just pulse. That was weird. Ben says, I've noticed that I had to add vertical facing thrusters on the front of your vehicle to keep them from rolling downward in forward motion when flying. TV Games, welcome in. Kaboom was talking today. Kaboom was talking today about TV Games. I'm not going to be streaming in the community world today. I don't have the energy for that. I hung out with my family on Saturday and then my wife's family on Sunday and had a really long work day, and my brain's just like, I need to think about just toys. I am about socialized out. I may even end stream early. um, Remy says both of my ships fly and don't loop-de-loop now. Oh, that's good. Okay, so let me show you guys some of these parts here. I think I started. I don't know if it was this world or a different world. I pulled some of the pieces out of the water, and I was gonna lay them on a foundation. Okay, apparently I didn't do it in this world. I showed this off in the other stream just the other day. Let's rip this one out of the ground, and I'll show you guys these pieces. Oh, this one's got a cool head on the front, so we'll use this one. Oh, that's what I should do. I should also throw on my illuminator, which is not here. We need an illuminator. Illuminator. Hello. I need an illuminator. There we go. We'll make it just slightly brighter. So if you guys haven't had a chance, this is yeah. Yes, I'm here for now. Pneumatic says, and whoever said reverse wasn't working is correct. There is a second thruster on the bottom pointing your reverse that doesn't work yet. There's no thruster on the bottom of the prefab. I built several of them, and they only have the 4 on the sides and the 2 on the back. Did they update it and change it since they gave it to us originally? That confuses me. My person is the way. What's that saying about the prefab comes with build and reverse not working? What do you mean it has built in reverse? On the front of it? Are you talking about the cannon? Let me see. Okay. This should be enough parts, hopefully. So, I've built a bunch of ships. If you guys want to go check out that video, it's called The Lucky Llama. It's a short where the hardest thing about building a ship, in my opinion, is when you get to the front and the back. Because when you are... Oh, come on. Regularly, when you get to the sides, they're not bad. Because you could just put side pieces and you can kind of shift them in and out. But when you come to that point, trying to get it to all come together is really hard to do. So with the new pieces that we're going to be getting, if you guys look at all this, if you did this for real in, like, yourself, trying to get all these to bevel and come to a point, is really hard. Like, there are, like, the option that I've used, there is a thruster on the front and back of the balloon. I don't think that's a thruster. I think that's aesthetic. And, if there was just... Oh, is it? It does kind of look like a thruster. Well, it's different because it's got... So if you look back here, this makes a different shape. That would be kind of cool if it was a thruster. Because the regular balloon... Like, this is the regular balloon. Look, if you look side by side, it doesn't have a thruster on the regular balloon. I don't think there's a thruster there. I think that's just aesthetic. Because like this one here, you could break off. That is a thruster, and it looks different. I don't think that's the thruster. Serto, how's it going? We're talking about ship parts. So if you look at the pass that we're going to be getting, it's going to have a ship. I don't remember if it's this one or the other one that has the other nose type. But let me actually break some of this apart to show you guys. Actually, we'll go ahead and decouple it. Just so it will be in the air and it'll be floating. Okay, so now we should be able to pop this. And it shouldn't move. Because we're cool like that. Okay, you go away. I don't need you anymore. How's your Easter, Serto? Okay, so now that we have this piece up in here, I can show you some of these here. If I punch it, you'll see that it actually better yet. If you want to kind of look at the parts, you can grab the pistols. Let me grab a pistol. I just care about the lowest one because I don't actually really want to damage anything. But you guys see that? You guys see that piece right there? That's blinking. We're going to be getting this curve. it's a curved piece. I don't know if you guys realize how cool that is. This piece here is the next piece that we're getting. Let me actually break off this right here. I'm gonna break it, and we can break this because that's irrelevant. Obviously, it won't be completely broken. Oh, the on-screen controls show reverse as an option? I'm okay. I would love to see I would love to see that. That would be awesome. Serto, yeah, you make a video about this or something. I don't have time to. But yeah, so first of all, you get this piece here. That's all one piece. Let me break this one over here. I don't care about that because we already have the other one on the opposite side. And then you get this curved piece, and you get the whole head figure. How many pieces is that? Oop, not trying to fishing rod this. Not trying to torch it. Is this all one? Okay, that the head piece is different. So the head piece is different. That's cool and all. Which means, well, we'll break this and we'll rip another one out. Okay, so you're gonna get a piece like this. Which that in and of itself, do you know how many things we can do with that? No, it's not the first one. I did it. I was doing it a day or two ago. I even recorded some footage of it. But nice to meet you from Japan. You're using a translator tool because they don't speak much English. So I hope this makes sense. Oh, that's totally fine. Welcome in, Dramachuan. I apologize if I butchered your name. I don't speak any other language other than English. And I still struggle with that one. Christopher says, I think, oh yeah, you've shared a video in the CryptoP Discord showing how to use the thrusters with the directional keys. Please check it out if you have a moment. I will take a peek at that. Yeah, so this piece here, do you guys know how, like, this doesn't have to be a ship piece. It's made out of wood. Ooh, yeah, so we can actually check out some of the angles on this too. I'll give that a look-see. So you've got some angles in here. Maybe. Uh-oh, I'm getting a no place. But that might be different once you actually have the actual piece instead of cheating it. So we got side piece there. On the inside, looks like we're going to get, well, you get some angle there. So yeah, you got two angles you can pull off of that one. Yeah, go for it, TV. I thought about doing that, but then I realized we probably wouldn't be able to get the trophy for it. But yeah, you guys can totally go for it. So this piece here, this side piece, we got. Looks like we'll probably got all kinds of angles on this too. There's one angle there. Got an angle, an angle, an angle. Yeah, there might be a bunch of really cool angles. And then what you got some of these weird ones probably too. Nope, not liking that. But yeah, I can see this is going to make shipbuilding a lot easier. Unfortunately, it's only with the pass. But yeah, this kit, I don't buy kits, but this is a good kit. I'm worried it might be too heavy though. It looks pretty bulky. You've noticed Pneumatic says, you thinking steampunk airship? Yeah. Pneumatic says, I have noticed while the switches are messed up right now, the new small thrusters are working great for flipping. Yep. The jets, we actually used to use the jets before we went to the pressure plates. I don't remember why we switched. There was a time that everybody used jets, and then something happened to the jets, so we all switched to pressure plates, and then we switched back. Okay, let me grab this boat piece. Oh, actually, this one looks different. I don't know if we're gonna get this one. Let me rip this one out of the ground, and then we will take a peek at it. There's that last piece I wanted to kind of separate to show you the difference. Hopefully it's not connected to this piece, otherwise we'll be screwed. Okay, come on. But yeah, these pieces, I saw them, I ripped them out of the ground, and I got really excited. And even if I don't get the set, I'm going to definitely rip one of these out of the ground and rebuild it. Because it's really cool. Here we go. Oh, we already broke it. Oh no, quick, rip it out of the ground. Maybe if I got a spot to put it. Okay, maybe I'll have to put it up here. I can't place the balloons on it. Okay, well, we're going to do this. I think it's stuck underneath. I think it's stuck underneath the other piece there. Hold up. Okay, and this torches in my inventory is starting to annoy me. Okay, it's torches. Get these torches out of my hotbar. Because I keep switching between the two of them and then making that annoying sound. Okay. Come on, buddy. Okay, maybe I won't be able to rip this one out of the ground. Maybe we will not be able to. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not. This one's not coming out of the ground. Because I think it's underneath. Well, I guess I don't need the side piece. Because I was going to show you. I was going to show you this, just the side piece. Ooh, so there's a crown molding on that one. I don't need the side piece. There we go. Oh, now we got to chase it down. Yeah, it has to be the expert wolf the trophy. Sweet. So I guess this is the piece that I want to show you. Well, we guess we can decouple this. Oh, come on, stop going up. Okay, so also if we're getting, you could change the direction on a broke swivel. Okay, so like these curves, they're glorious. Let me see. Yeah, this is just peak. We break. So we got that piece is a V, and then you got this piece here. So you'll have a right and a left version of those. That might make a really cool, like, if you flip it on its side, like the end of a roof, as like an eave of a roof, might look really nice. Or like an entry, if you just use that curved arch piece. Or you could even just use this curved arch piece. Unfortunately, because there will be a right and a left, but not a center, it might be hard to make it look like just a regular archway. But yeah, there's really, really hard to get those kind of curves with the pieces that we have, or you have to use a lot of pieces. And I feel like the ship, the more pieces that you have on the ship, the more kind of laggy it gets because it has to rotate all of those for the physics. There's a sweet spot though, and I think Madpuck's kind of hit it with his X-wing and stuff. If something's too small, physics freaks out. If something's too big, physics freaks out. So there's a happy medium somewhere in there. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of really cool pieces coming in that set. Keep an eye out on it. And if you do buy it, use Kaboom 2084 in the checkout if you do end up buying the kit. Because I don't have a courier code, so you use Kaboom's. Pneumatic says, flip upside down for some desert igloos. Oh yeah, that might actually be really cool. Yeah, flip them upside down. I like it. So yeah, we'll probably also get. Well, I guess we're not going to get a mast. That is something that's different between this one and the other one. The other one has those weird balloons, but doesn't have a mast. But yeah, so we're gonna get some really cool pieces. This figurehead is also just a sick figurehead. Let me see. Is there any other pieces over here before we go mess with physics? No, I don't think so. I guess you are going to get these deck pieces. And the deck pieces, when they get to the front, they have to cover. Well, I guess, are they going to cover? Let me look. I thought I saw some floor pieces that were going to be curved. Like on, yeah, here we go. On this one here. So see the floor piece here? We're going to get floor pieces that are curved. Like, there's these. Those are going to be sick for all kinds of, like, flying ship builds. Like, look at that. Do you guys see that? You guys see that curve? That is going to make some really cool ships. Really cool ships. I love playing with flooring. I love playing with flooring, and that being curved, it'll give you really nice vehicles and stuff. Really, really, really nice. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna open a lot of doors. Let me see. Okay, I think that's it for this section. Let's go play with toys. I'll show you how they've changed. Dude, I want to fight. I want to fight that dragon thing from up here. It'll just be like up here and be like, die. Let me go fly over and we'll build a ship. Now, so my personal opinion, if they are doing okay, let me see. Let me look at the patch notes again. There was something in there that I want to say. There was a section about how drag. Okay, let me real quick switch my things. There was more in the patch notes that I forgot to talk about. Let me see. Scene. Here we go. Let me show you real quick. So, attention builders, time to take control. This is what's important here. We've reworked how drag force are applied to vehicles to fix inconsistencies and make handling feel smoother and more responsive. It does feel more responsive. I will give them that. It's almost like too responsive. The updated calculations are more accurate, making your builds control more consistently and feel more maneuverable. It feels way more maneuverable. I feel like I went from I was in kind of a fluid to now I'm in space. If you've ever played a video game where you're in you play the levels in the air and everything is slowing down and stuff, but then as soon as you go into space, like your ship just goes out of control. Ooh, wait a second. It says, and in some cases, move even faster. So I would be curious to see if we can move faster with vehicles now. Oh, we also need to check out balloon propulsion. I doubt that it's back, but we should check it out. This change will affect the existing builds too, which means all of our previous builds are trash, which means if you go follow any tutorial that is old, including my latest one, it's broken. However, we'll be keeping a close eye on your feedback as you get hands-on with this update. This line, I think, is very important. They are paying attention to our feedback, according to their patch notes. So, if you have a bug, go report it on LEGO Fortnite's Discord. Actually, since I have it open here, I'll show you guys. So, LEGO Fortnite has an official Discord. And if you go over there, there's a spot to report bugs. I have reported several in here. I'd scroll down and I'd find it, but I don't know which one is mine. But yeah, you can report a bug. They've got a form that you just fill. It's really simple. You just be like, hey, here's the bug. Here's what mode it's in. And I have. This is something I wish they would change. What I want them to do is I want them, once they have read it, to be able to put like an emote or whatever. What I want them to do is be able to be like, let me see, like react. How do I react? I guess I can only upvote it. What I want them to do is to be able to react. So once they have read it, doesn't mean they've fixed it yet. Once they've read it, I want them to be able to put we have seen your feedback, because there's a disconnect. Like, I've posted in here and I've seen some of the bugs that I have posted about get fixed. But there's no player feedback loop other than like down the road in the patch notes or just in the game. It's just fixed. We need feedback. It's kind of like there's the new I'm trying to think if it was what exactly it is. Well, with a lot of technology nowadays, everything used to be you pushed a button and it did something. Now there's like touch screens and you touch the screen and nothing happens for like 2 seconds and you're like, well, did it actually take my input or did I not push the button hard enough? I was pumping gas today and I went to push the screen on the touch screen on the gas station pump thing, and it's like, insert your phone number because you have rewards, and I'm like pushing the button but it's doing nothing because it's the touch screen and they screwed up something to where you can't actually enter your number, and it's really frustrating because I give input and I don't know if it actually accepted the input. That's how I feel about this page here, is I give input and I don't know if they're reading it. I know they're reading it because the bugs get fixed, which means they knew about the bugs, which means they read about the bugs or they found them themselves. But we need feedback, which means just have somebody whoever's reading these, just give them a special emote that they can be like, yeah, we read it. We put it in the queue of things that we are aware of. that doesn't mean like there's no timetable. That doesn't mean you have to. Giving the feedback is not a promise that you will fix it or a timetable of when you will fix it, but just a we have seen it. I think that's the same thing over here in Craftopia that I try to do is when and this is something you guys can do to encourage the people in Craftopia here. We have a build show off, and I will do the same thing. What I'll do is I'll go over to build show off, and I will read through these. I will look through these, and when I see something, I will try to after I've looked at it and be like, oh, that's really cool. I will go ahead and add the reaction to it, and I will try to leave a comment because I want to encourage. It's that feedback loop. If you do something and you get zero feedback, you're probably not going to do it again. So if they want us to report the bugs, they need to give us we saw that. That's my rant. Sorry, guys. Thanks for letting me rant. Back to the patch notes. This update marks a significant improvement, and we're excited to see the new creations you come up with, which means they're also going to be paying attention to what we make, hopefully. As always, we're listening. They're saying they're listening, and we will keep you in the loop as we continue to refining our physics system and building tools, which means physics is going to be changing. They're refining it. So I would assume they're saying that they have the rough outline now, but they're still going to be like fine-tuning it. So now there's a window. There's a very short window of them listening to us as they're working on it, and they're willing to change it, which means if you guys want to have feedback, now is the time to get in there, play with the toys, give them your feedback, and hopefully we can actually have an influence on the game. If you wait 3 months from now and we try to do the same thing, we try to tell them, hey, we have these great ideas. Well, they've already finished that project. They've moved on to something else, and they might not listen. Now is the time. They are listening. According to the patch notes, they're saying that they're listening, and they're currently working on it. So if you want to have your input on how physics and stuff works, talk about it now. That's part of the reason why I'm talking to you guys about this, because I'm hoping maybe somebody over there will see this video too and hear my ranting and complaining. Okay, wolves are less dangerous, which is irrelevant. I don't care about wolves. Consumables consumables now stay put and won't auto slot to the far right. No will stay put and won't auto slot to the far right. Okay, so the one thing consumables, I would assume they're talking about food. I actually like food always goes to the right slot, and on my mouse I have it assigned that this button is the farmost right slot, so it auto puts the food to the right and your weapon to the left in the first slot and the last slot. That way it's really easy that your food just automatically, it's an auto food thing, and I like that. I would assume they are moving or something, some kind of bug, but I want it to be in the far right. Man, I wish they hadn't fixed that. I like that. I thought that was a feature. Bug fixes fix an issue with vehicles. Sometimes play a stone grinding sound. Okay, behavior is hardcore fixed. Okay, I don't think the rest of this matters. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to be aware that now is the time for us to get in there, play with the toys, and give them feedback. Whether that either be videos or if you find bugs. You can make videos. If you guys have something you want me to put in a video, you can let me know. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it. My time is limited. Let me go back over here to Lego Fortnite. I know that they watch some of the videos because they've commented about some of them. I know Lego watches some of our videos. The one that I actually posted, Lego actually commented on a video of mine. They've also went over. I saw that. I saw another small creator. What's his name? The Chaos Terminal. Lego went over and commented on one of his videos. So they are watching our content, and I would assume that they pay attention to their Discord, and it's not just a spot for you to rant. But yeah, toys, physics. It has changed. Let me show you. Stairs. Let me build the ship that, this is called the spatula, which is now the broken spatula. I was playing around with this on stream last week, and it turns way. I like my ships to turn very fast. Everybody that gets on my ships after me, they're like, "This is great, but can it not turn. Oh, I don't want to take a screenshot. That was not what I meant to do. Everybody's always like, this ship turns way too fast. What's going on, man? Because I like fast turning. And maybe they're just more. Are they just more powerful? Oop, we don't need big balloons. We need these balloons right now. What are you? How are you guys feeling about the new toys so far? I'm curious as your guys' thoughts on that. Also, crouching doesn't zoom in. That's weird. That's a bug. Okay. Yeah, that's a bug. So it used to be that when you crouched, it would zoom in. Now, crouching does make everything quieter, but it does not zoom in. And I don't like that, because I would use the zoom in feature to get closer to see what I was doing. That's not good, because now I can't see as well. I use the crouch zoom feature all the time when I place that balloon. That changed. Toys. Let me see. Build this real quick. Assign these to channel 1 and to channel 2. Okay, let me show you how this has changed. I may even go over and play the video of it turning in the past. So if I push, if I'm flying along, well, first of all, now if I do this, the ship kind of goes up into the sky. I'm not sure what that's about. Also, do you guys see how fast this turns? If I just want to turn like just a little bit, it just like whips around really fast. It is much more responsive, which means to get it to what the other one used to be, I'm gonna have to move him like halfway in. Let me move this one too. I'm gonna have to move them like halfway in, so it's almost like they're twice as powerful. Let's go green 1 2 3 2. Let's go green and then 2. Green 1 2. Let's put them right there. See if this feels like what it used to feel like. 2. And then we'll get once we play with this a little bit, I'll show you guys some of the Zeppelin things. Okay, so that's weird. Hold up. Did I not get my? I thought that they were centered, but apparently not. Like this is about what what it used to feel like. Maybe even less than that. Yeah. So I guess that's not technically half. It's almost like they're twice as, they push around twice as much. Also, why is the ship leaning to one side? Did I not center? I don't think I centered that. I like a dumb person. Yeah, this whole thing is not. Somebody didn't center this right, because that sticks out farther than that. Anyways, you get the point. Nomadic says, I've actually never used the big thrusters because of how extreme they are. I pretty much, well, I've used both. Okay. Let's look at, somebody was asking me how the new balloon compares, the new Zeppelin balloon compares to, how the new Zeppelin balloon compares to the regular large balloon. So let me show you here. So if I take and I put, we're just going to do this here just for simplicity's sake. So if I put that one there and then I put this one here to tell my butt to get out of the way. Okay, so we have 2 of these, and we have a large balloon on this one, and then we have a, hello beautiful. My wife just got home. So what's weird is I think the answer is the center of mass on these balloons is it's not a, like the center of mass is here or here. It's like right in the middle, I think. So hopefully that'll be level. I don't know if it will be or not. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You have to inflate it. Hold up. Let's go. Hold up. I can't go under there, apparently. Okay, let me go. There we go. Okay, that's full. It will go higher, and then it'll bounce back down to the same, to the correct height. And down it goes. Hold up. Why is that going way even lower than it was before? Oh yeah, it's bouncing. So this is where I think it almost fits. So there you go. Well, hold up. Let me take the driver's seat off there. We gotta have a true comparison here. Ah, if I hit the right thing. Okay. There we go. Should go up a little bit. Let me make sure it's actually giving us an accurate. Come on. So yeah. This is the way I think it actually should be. That's fully inflated. Because if you look at its special ability, I think each balloon has to have its own. Each balloon has to have its own uniqueness. Otherwise, if they're all the same, but one's better than the other, then people don't use it. That's why I'm worried that. I'll talk about jets in a second. Give me a second. I'll talk about jets in a little bit here. So we now have 3 balloons. We have the Zeppelin balloon. It requires 4 fabric. It requires 4 fabric, compared to the other large balloons, 2 fabric. And it uses Kazakhstone instead of cord, because it's Ninjago, and it makes sense to have Ninjago resources. That's not good. Okay, so you guys see in the top right corner of my screen, there's a little V symbol. That's not good. Okay, I'm not sure if that's intentional or whatever. That's not good. Okay, so all the base pieces in the game, they don't have a little V symbol up there. I hope that's a glitch or a mistake, because if you were to load up Lego Fortnite right now with a brand new account, you would have all the pieces that don't have the little V. I think the V stands for like V-Buck, and with a check, as in anything that you earned or anything that you purchased has a little V symbol. So if you want to know if something's by default piece, you can just look and see, does it have that little V symbol? Which means like the Durr Burger, see a little V check. And if we go over here to like First Order, little V check. But if we scroll down here to, oh, that's Imperial Survival. Yeah, that makes sense. It has the V. I was trying to find Lucky's Lighthouse, V. But the Log Cabin doesn't have that V symbol. That makes me nervous, actually. They're putting that V symbol on the Zeppelin balloon and the new thrusters. That actually makes me worried. Because if they only give us to people for like a limited time, this is not good. Please, they need to remove that V symbol. Because this, yes, it is a limited time event, and I'm okay if like these pieces are limited time event, but the thrusters cannot be a limited time event thing. This needs to just be base game. If you are listening, a Lego Fortnite, these pieces cannot have a V on them. They need to be part of the default base game. Otherwise, you're going to split your player base. So they've already split the player base for kits, because you have people that purchase the kits, people that haven't purchased the kits, and so then you have this divide where the community is divided, where the people that have the cool kits, they build the stuff, which is really good. They have a lot of fun, but then they want to show it off, and everybody that doesn't have the kits can't build those things. So then it's divided between those that have the kits and those that don't have the kits. The toy building space is nice because it's not divided, because everybody has access to the balloons. But if you make it to where a balloon and half the thrusters are locked behind people that caught it in a 10-day window or have to buy it in the shop, you're going to divide the toy building community in half too, which they no, don't do that. Okay, sorry, balloons. Balloons. So, if this balloon could go just as high as the large balloon, the new Zeppelin balloon, then there would be no real reason to use the large balloon other than cost in survival. Or maybe you could say aesthetic. It takes up about the same amount of space, other than it doesn't have the stem, so it might be easier to kind of get on a build, but it's slightly larger, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with it looking the way it looks because it matches the build Lego set and the show that it comes from. So I'm okay with the size and the shape. And it honestly looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I am confused about like the angle though, because like my first impulse when building with one of these was that it was in the wrong orientation. The very first thing that I did is I'm like, why is this piece this orientation? Because like the first thing I did was to snap it on the side. Because I'm like, it's not in the right orientation. Nomadic says, build guides are already difficult enough when dealing with build kits and the lack of functioning, a lack of a functioning shop. You're right. That is one of I would say they need to figure out the build kits. And I don't know if there's a good solution to that. How would you guys, hey, Kaboom, welcome in. How would you guys solve the problem? So there's the Lego Fortnite community is divided in half between those that have the kits and those that don't have the kits, or like the old player base versus the new player base. Because like anybody that's new come in, they don't have access to the piece. Even if they wanted to buy the kits, they can't buy the kits. How would you guys solve the problem of half the people having the kits and half the people not having the kits? If they just made all of the kits free in the game, they won't do that. Monetary reasons. If they made all of the kits free and available to everybody, they would unite the player base. Except for everybody that spent a dime on the game would get really frustrated because they dumped a bunch of money into the game, and now everybody has all the parts that they paid for, and it's not fair because they spent a lot of money. They should have something valuable for their money. You could say that they paid the money to have the parts early, where everybody else had to wait several years. While it is valid, I think that you would have enough frustration that they couldn't do that, and for monetary reasons, they will not just give all of the kits out for free. So you can't make all of the kits just free and available, and I understand that. They need to be available. How would you guys make them available in a way? Because currently what they're doing, and they've got a lot of, I would assume they have a lot of experience about selling things because Epic has been very profitable. So here's the other problem: is this game falls under two categories of evergreen content, in my opinion. You have the side of the game which is builders. Using the kits to make really cool things, and the other side that I think is like evergreen content is toy building. Those are the two evergreen. Like survival, you can go defeat the Storm King, and once you defeated the Storm King once, the chances of you going back and defeating the Storm King again are much lower. Like quest lines, you can complete them once, complete them twice. It's kind of like a movie. You're only going to watch a movie so many times because you know the plot. You know how it goes. But if you have a sandbox, your imagination is limitless. So that allows you to, when you're just building, you can build infinitely so many different things, including like restaurant stuff. We're literally doing in the Discord right now. We're doing this month is build challenge is restaurant themed. We do have a restaurant kit, but the amount of things, the amount of creativity you can have with just a prompt is insane. And evergreen, we could do this for years of just building, having prompts of different themes that we're doing. Because in a sandbox, there's an infinite number of possibilities. Let me see, what exactly is it? There's a thing with Lego, and this is what's really cool about Lego, and why people are still building with Legos is you can build an infinite amount of things. There's a thing where it's like an 8-stud Lego. How many combinations? There's let me see. So if you with 8 standard 2x4s, so 8 stud Lego bricks, the number of possible combinations is astronomical, far exceeding the commonly cited 915 million just for 6 bricks, while 6 bricks offers 950 million. I don't know math. Anyways, there's over with 8 bricks. What is it? With 8 bricks allows for over 8 trillion unique combinations. So yeah, even if you just have 8 bricks, you can make 8 trillion combinations. So with all the Lego pieces that we have in Lego Fortnite, it's evergreen content because there's an infinite amount of things you can do. I would say the same thing, maybe a little more limited. You could do the same thing with toys. Is there's an infinite amount of ships that you can recreate. That's evergreen content. But if that is the core base of the game, but half of the pieces are locked away behind a paywall, a pretty steep one, or well, more than just a paywall, locked away as in you can't even pay to get through this wall because they're not available, then they're dividing the community. Let me read what Nomadic was saying here. You'd still think the elevation would be. Let me hold up. Let me read. Welcome in, Seeker. How was your weekend? And did you do anything special for Easter? I'm curious to know. Let me read. Let me catch up on chat real quick. I have fallen behind because I was ranting. I apologize, guys. If this is too much ranting, let me know. So Nomadic Justice says you'd still think that the elevation would be high, and the elevation would be high enough to get to the monastery. I know. I don't want it to be as powerful as the regular balloons. The problem is not just running the shop. Honestly, it doesn't cost them anything to have one in the shop per week. Medic says, doesn't even have to be a daily or even 3 days, just something there. Yeah. They need to have them in the shop. I don't know what that frequency looks like. My theory or thought for the kits, the way they currently work is they work on fear of missing out. Welcome in, Joker Plays. Actually, you were here earlier. Did you leave and come back, or are you just saying hi to the new people that are coming in? So, here is my solution to the kit problem. I think that there should be multiple kits in the shop all the time. I've heard several people mention that if we just have a tab for Lego, that'd be fine. In Fortnite, having the fear of missing out is fine. Having the fear of missing out is fine for cosmetics, because cosmetics don't affect the game unless you have that one skin that makes it look like you can kind of blend in. But for Lego, Fortnite, the kits are integral to the core gameplay loop, which is sandbox. You can build whatever you want. And because they're part of the core gameplay, having those go away permanently is like chopping off part of the game, which is it's just not good. I'm okay if they want to do fear of missing out on skins. On skins, I'm okay if they want to bring in. I know I don't actually play BR, but I know BR and a lot of their games they'll have like backpack bling, or they'll have backpacks that you like different kind of backpacks, different kind of hats, different kind of shoes, different kind of gloves, that you can customize your skin. And I know Lego, if you have a Lego minifigure, you could switch out the hats, you could switch out the hands, you could switch out the pants. I know we've got other things in here. You've got all your weapons. Like, let's go over here. So another way I think they could make money. We currently have 2 gliders. In BR, you can like get custom gliders. So it would be cool if I would be happy if they make money by selling gliders. If they made us some, I don't know how they would work. If they made us like companions, Lego companions, sure, sell us companions. People will buy them. That's a great way to make money. Maybe I'm trying to think of other bling that you could do. Like, what other bling am I missing out on? But yeah, because we've got right now, if you look at your like backpack here, you've got your charm slots, you got your glider slot, you've got your offhand slot. You can add a couple other slots for like other bling maybe. You could even make it to where like you can obtain like 1 or 2 of them in the world to get people excited. Like, oh dude, I found this like new glider blueprint in the game in a chest. Like, it's so cool. And now that you found one, then you're like, that new glider is really cool looking. I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to buy other ones. You could even make like, if you want to do a combination of in the game versus in the shop. If you could, they could even do it like Pokemon cards. If you want to add, if they want to add gambling into the game, you know how Pokemon cards, you could buy like packs, or player cards. You can buy like packs and you're like, mystery, you don't know what's going to be in there. You can open it up and then you'd be like, ooh, I got like a special one. But you open the next pack and it's everything you already have. They could even like, you buy a mystery pack and then you go into the game and you keep opening the chest to see if you got the new glider. I don't know. Maybe that might not be good. I don't know how they feel about gambling. Nomadic Justice says a Lego sidekick would be cool. Definitely not needed. But you're just talking about ifs. Yeah, I'm talking what ifs right now. I know they gotta make money. They have to make money to be able to develop the game, to run the servers, to pay the developers. They gotta make money, but I don't think they should make as much money from the kits, because the kits are becoming part of like the core game. So, what if they always have one or two kits in the shop, and they give it a little bit larger window. They give it a little bit larger window of the kit being in the shop, to where you have a chance to pick it up. But here's where they give the incentive of fear of missing out. They once a month put a kit in the shop for a really good % off. If you go to any store, there's always like the not the clearance rack. I don't want to call them clearance rack. Like there's a really good deal, like a package deal, or a really good like it's 30 or 60% off. Then you're like, oh, I'm getting a really great deal. So if they have that for the kits, then you might be like, oh, dude, I don't know when this one's gonna go on sale. It might not go on sale for another 2 years. They got enough kits at this point. If they just make like certain ones go on sale for a short window, then you still have that fear of like, oh, I'm going to get a really good deal if I do it now. But then if they have the other kits available, if somebody really wants that, they can still buy it. But then you still have that feeling of fear of, oh no, that one's on sale. It's not going to be on sale for much longer. I got to buy it now. That still lets them have that mode. So Joker Plays subscription for dedicated servers bandwidth, which includes removing complexity or less rubber banding. Yeah, so if we could pay for a better service, that would be great. I don't know if they will do that. Let me see. Hold up, everybody's saying hi. Nomadic says even doing the Marvel set the way they did was awesome. What did they do with the Marvel set? I'm not sure. Kaboom saying hi to Joker and Davesger. Jonah, welcome in. Oh yeah, I guess you're already here. Yeah, so they can still have that fear of missing out as keep kits in the shop, and then have certain ones go on like a special deal. You don't even need to announce it ahead of time, so people actually feel like they have to keep an eye on the shop. Be like, ooh, we didn't tell anybody, but it's kits in the shop. It's a good deal on it right now. Or you could even rope in. I know they've done several other like side bundles. Maybe part of the deal. Yeah, you want to pay for stuff. Well, there's nothing for you to buy. Yeah. So maybe even like so. Okay, if I go over here to the build menu here, filters. So you have all the like the big packs, but then you also have some of these small like think the bus driver was a free thing that we could earn in the game for a limited time. And if you want to make like cool deals, what you do is you'd be like, hey, you're gonna get the I'm trying to think what kit kind of looks like it goes with the think the bus driver. I don't know. Maybe Supernova Academy. Maybe you have like the Supernova Academy, and you're like, hey, it's a cool bundle. If you buy the Supernova Academy right now, you're also going to get the Thank the Bus Driver. And to all of those dedicated people that had Supernova Academy already, you're going to get the Thank the Bus Driver for just like 200 V-Bucks. Like, because we already know you already have the kit. If we look in your thing and you already have the main kit, we'll give you that second one for a really good deal. Just like, I'm trying to think of ways. Nomadic says Friendly Neighborhood was bundled with Spider-Man skin. Yeah, like give us bundles. Like throw in like a free skin. The chances of people having those random skins are less likely. So yeah, give us like if you buy the bundle now, you're gonna get these free skins just thrown in because we love you guys. with Spider-Man skin. The X-Men pieces were with Wolverine skins. Daily Bugle bundles with Mary Jane. Yeah, like do that. And maybe every time that it rolls back around, it's bundled with a couple new characters. And if you have the one but not the other, you just get like the, yeah, yes, pay. Nothing free. That's fine. Like, if you already have the kit, then you just get like the side one for like a really cheap price. I don't know. They need to have kits in the shop. Let's get back to toys. So someone was saying that, I think it was Nomadic, saying that balloons don't necessarily have an orientation. Let's build some random things here to see what that looks like. Let's build a staircase. They re-ran the skins, but wasn't as the bundle. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, let me see. The lightest possible piece that I can think of is this floor. This floor piece here. I'm curious to see what happens if I put the balloon just on this piece. I know it's not perfect because it's gonna like be slightly off. But sit there. Let's fill it all the way up. Let's just fill it all the way up. And then we're gonna break it off here. Lurking Moon Knight, welcome in. Oh man, it's gone. Holy cow, that's moving. Okay. So I put this in here with the smallest possible piece that I could find. Okay, that's weird. Okay. So with pretty much no weight on here, it's almost like it likes to be upside down. Okay, let me release another one on here. Let me release another one, but we're gonna release it in a different orientation. Cause if we go like this, and we grab the balloon, so you might be right. They might not have a preferred orientation. Let's release it in a different angle. Let's release it at a different angle and see what happens. See if it's the same. I'd be curious to see if balloons also have... Put it in this orientation now. And we'll add the stair. Fill it all the way up. And we'll see if it flips over or what happens. Okay. Release it in that orientation. Let's also just go ahead and release it in the other orientation here. We'll release another one real quick just to see what happens. Thrust a small piece here. The one thing that I think that they have gotten right is the new nudging. It is just insane. Oh, let's go upside down completely. I don't know if that's going to stick into the ground and just stay there. We'll have to see. Fill it up. Okay. Okay, that's stuck in the ground. Apparently, it does have an actual official hitbox. Oops. Well, let's try that again, but a little bit higher. Okay. See if this thing has a preferred orientation. Is there a lighter piece that I'm using the small floor piece? But if there's a smaller piece, let me know, and I'll use that instead. I wonder if like one of the railings might be not railing. Yeah, I guess it would technically be the end of a railing would be smaller. Moon Knight says, watching to see if my new build in Craftopia shows off has enough new balloons. It depends. Let me see. Okay, put it upside down. Put a chair on here. Put a chair on here in this orientation. Fill it up. And set it off. Okay. Okay, let's go check these out here. And then we'll do some testing with the other... Well, yeah, we'll do some testing with the other balloons. But I want to see if these have a preferred orientation. Oh, interesting. Interesting. They all... okay. I would assume that... So if this wasn't here, would it go completely upside down? Because that means the center of mass... I don't know. Does it really have a preferred orientation? Let's see if we go like... I want to see... I don't know. Let me see if I can get something else to stick to it. Does anything else stick to this balloon? Because I know you could put the jet on the back. Oh, hold up. Okay, so we can place interest. Okay, that's weird. You can place pieces. Does it need... This is a... Okay, so this balloon is not like regular balloons. You can place stuff anywhere on it. That is strange. Dude, okay, that's weird. Because all the other balloons, you have to put... Oh, that's really weird. Hold up, that's strange. Yeah, like I can put stuff anywhere on this thing. Did they change regular balloons? Did they change regular balloons? Assume not. I'd assume they wouldn't go doing something stupid like that. No. I was just double checking. But yeah, so you don't technically need... And I don't know if they really... I guess this is their preferred orientation. They like to have their butt in the air. I guess... Let me do that. So it's rotated a little bit. Strange. Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's because of this little stem. Okay, let's add... What if we took and we added... an identical-ish, close to identical little stem. Let's go for supports. We're going to go for this piece. I know this one's longer than the other one, but it still gets the point across. Okay. So, like, that's heavy. That's on top. I think this is the balloon's preferred orientation. Let's add another one here. Just what the heck? Because this should be like dragging. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's weird physics. See that jerking around a little bit? Okay. We break that. Okay, it's not. Is it rolling back? That's interesting. Huh. Okay. What happens if we snap something to there? So I don't think it necessarily has a very strong preferred orientation. Well, maybe it does. Is it? So if you think about am I attached to a crane? To a crate? And you attach to a crate. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, can you? Are you talking about can you attach to a crate? I don't think so. I will go to the ground and double check that for you. I don't think you can. If you guys have any questions, ask. And I'm happy to make fun of you for asking the question. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. It would be cool. It would be cool if we could attach to a crate. No. So this is not. Needs supporting piece. No, it's not happy about it. Let me just double check by giving a flat surface. We have a flat surface. We put the crate on the surface. That's too high. I want it a half stud lower. Okay, here we go. Test. Yeah, no, it's not attached to it. Not attached. Nope. I don't know. Okay, actually, hold up. There may be a way to attach a crate to something. Let me try something here. I don't know how you would get it. So the box has to be hollow, right? But you can't attach anything to it. So what happens if you move something like inside the box? Object in the way. The answer is no, it does not like that. Object is in the way. Let's try the shorter fence piece here. Or a smaller piece. Object is in the way. So the thing is, this thing apparently is full. So the only way to get something inside of there would be to cheat, kind of. So if you were to put this piece here, and you were to put the large balloon here, and you were to put a floor up here, Nomadic Justice says nothing different. Thrust. What's that? Nothing. The difference in the OG small thruster is going to take some more testing before a verdict. That would be good. I would appreciate that. Let us know what you find. So you can technically put things inside of balloons like that, but that's the only thing you can really kind of do that too. And then what you can do is you can break that by assigning this to channel 4. Yeah, you can break the crate that way, but so this is strange because you can attach anywhere on this balloon, which means it. So it's preferred. Yeah. Okay. So then the question is do the regular large balloons actually have a preferred orientation? Let's throw one of these on here. I think it will still. Okay. Goodbye. Have a nice flight. Maybe it doesn't really have a preferred orientation. That's definitely a different behavior than it used to have. Now, I do know physics does mess up when you get things too small attached to a balloon. That's a little bit dramatic, though. Because it tries to maybe it's trying to upright itself, but because it's so light. Maybe let me try that with a small balloon. All of that one stabilized for a bit here. The small balloon on there. Yeah, I would assume it would kind of do the same thing. It's kind of flying in circles. Chat, how should I test this to see if a balloon has a preferred orientation? Because I'm wondering if, so because it's got a long stem, the balloon doesn't lift from the base. It lifts from up here, which means if the center of mass goes below, let me see. You have spawned into the new balloon and had to respawn out. Oh, that's bad. That balloon's inflation issues match our economy. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Joker. Okay, so if we do a floor piece here, do a floor piece, and then we do a balloon. Except for I want it to be centered. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one there, and then we're going to shift one onto this plate so it's in the center. And then we're going to go do 2 short pieces here. So I just had these out. 2 short pieces. So assuming the center of mass is like right there, it should still orient correctly. We'll put it in a box like that, and we will send this to the sky. We'll send it to the sky. Okay. I'll take a peek at what our balloons are doing up here. Ooh, man, they are really going to town now. Woo, wee, 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 wee. You gonna work your way up to the top now? That's pretty insane. I don't know if the game knows what to do with that. Let's see what this one's doing up here. I might have to pop these because they're gonna drive me insane. Yeah. So it's still just going up. I'm gonna try to pop it. I don't know if I can shoot this thing. I don't know if I can hit it. It's in this orientation. Oh, hey, look, I hit it. Let me try something more powerful. Let me try something more powerful. If I can find it, it is, where is this weapon? I don't ever use this weapon, so I don't really know. Too much junk in my inventory. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, I about got hit by the little piece. Okay. Where is this one at? I hear it flying around, but I can't see it flying around. Hopefully we'll hit it eventually. I think it's in this orientation. Come on! Oh, no. Come on! I can't hit it. Yeah, well, that one went higher because... it had, like, nothing attached to it. The lighter the thing attached to it. Come on! Break! If I can hit the balloon, I can pop it. Come on! Why is these things overheating? Okay, whatever. It's gonna fly around. That's fine. I was looking at the block. Where did that one go? Here we go. So I wanted to see if this has a preferred orientation, and I'm sure there's a test. Do you guys know of a test to see if something has a preferred orientation? Because I know what you can do is you can put one on either end, but then they cancel out each other. Okay, let me do... okay. Let me see how much... I would think preferred orientation. How much does it take to get it to flip over? Let me add. Everyone's worlds are glitched now because of servers are overloading, calculating this. You're right. I'm sorry. It's my fault. So yeah, somebody's over at Epic's like, what is going on with the servers? Okay, let me see if I can get that. If it will stop moving on me. Ah. Okay, so that is not happy. Does it have a preferred orientation? I should ask Madpuck. Madpuck may actually just know that answer off the top of his head. Joker, do you have a good way that we should test this to see if it has a preferred orientation? Because in this case, now but the center of mass is basically right here, which is on the other side of the balloons. Where am I trying to think of a good way to do this test? I do like the way that that's flipping, because I feel like in the old system that would have just gone haywire and flipped over really, really fast, but this was a more controlled calculation and less chaotic. Put one of those there, and we'll put one of these here. Oh. Hey, Angie, how's it going? Teeter-totter? Okay, so... yeah, I almost wonder if it doesn't have a preferred orientation. The way this rocks... so with the new physics, it does kind of actually tend to rock a little more. I had a fantastic Easter. use the swivel in the center. Swivels are bugged, man. Use a swivel in the center. I don't know what you mean, Joker. You want to come in here and show me? So if we add this right here, if it will let me. Yeah, I'm not sure if balloons have a preferred orientation anymore. So that puts the center about right there, and I don't really see it trying to pull. Because I've always built a lot of my ships with it wanting to return to... Oh, that's good. You're a good, Joker. I might have to do more testing in here to see if balloons actually still have a preferred orientation. I know balloons used to. But you might be on... I don't remember. Whoever was in chat, was it Nomadic Justice? Were you saying that they don't have a preferred orientation anymore? I'm wondering if you're right. And if you're right, how long has it been? Because I used to always design my ships with at least... Like, because I know if you put two opposite, they cancel out each other. But then... if you, like, remove one of the balloons or whatever, it likes to... Actually, hold up. That was a test that I think we could do. Let me see. How did we do that test in the past? So we used to do a test where you could snap balloons. One there, and then you snap one on the other side. Oop. I did not put it in the right spot. Kaboom, do you remember how we used to do the testing to show that it had a preferred orientation? Oh, come on. Okay, so what we can show here, it should not have... So, yeah, somebody in chat was saying balloons have a preferred orientation. So when you put balloons like this, the preferred orientation counterbalances each other. So it tends to be pretty stable. Though theoretically it shouldn't. Well, unless the top is technically heavier than the bottom. So it won't want to flip over. But I would think that they would put it, I guess not. Okay. I might have to back burner this one and try to figure out if there's a good way to test if balloons have a preferred orientation. Oh, that's one of the things that we used to do. No, I don't remember. We had a way that we tested it a long time ago that we found out that balloons do have a preferred orientation. Where if you have all the balloons facing the same way, they tend to flip to that orientation much faster. But you can kind of cancel, like this balloon's preferred orientation and this balloon's preferred orientation cancel each other out. I know it used to also be that if you had balloons on a ship, like it makes a difference. If you talk to Madpuck, I want him to make a video about this. If you put a balloon really far out on either side of the ship, it's different. This is different than having two balloons really close to the center. I think it also makes a difference jet-wise too. One there. And there. So having the jets, well, having the balloons far apart used to make a difference than if you put them really close to each other. And I'm not sure if that's still the case. We probably got to throw away everything that we know about toys with some of the under-the-hood physics changes and see if it makes a difference. Because if I stand out here, with this one, it should be less stable than if I stand on the edge of this one. This one should be more stable, though I'm not really seeing much of a difference. Nomadic Justice says, I do 2 on the side and 2 on the blue studs to make the flipping vehicle so they won't maybe act different if changed. Yeah. Anyways, I'll show you real quick before we end here. I'm getting tired. Wait, why is that one going higher than that one? They have... Come down. Don't do this to me. Why are you... You two are the same. maybe. So I do know what is going on with physics. So I do know that it does kind of cancel out to 0. So things may not always sit at the same height, depending upon, like if it comes up to that at high speed, it'll actually rest higher than the other one. So hold up. Now it should actually fly up to the same height as the other one. Theoretically. Come on. You should fly up here and then stop. Stop. Yeah, the game's broken. No, this has been in the game for 2 years now. Where if something comes up to it really fast, it will go up higher, but if it's coming down, it will rest a little bit lower. That has been in the game for 2 years. I could confirm that. I wish I could find an old photo. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If you guys will bear with me here. Not recent. I want old cameras. I want all photos, pictures. Of course, everything rearranges. Let me go as far back as I can go. There's a photo in here that I have that I took years ago, and I think it should be in here. No, I need an older photo than that even. It's way before my son was born. Let me look for it in the Discord real quick. So I took a photo a long time ago that showed the height of the different balloons. Let me go over to Craftopia and see if I can dig it up. Let me see. It would be. See, I might have to just post about it. Craftopia. No, I want to search for in Lego Craftopia. I want includes images, filters. Oh, here we go. Sort. Let's sort. Let's do sort oldest. Let me scroll, see if I could find. Oh, has image abide. Guy. No, abide. Let's just type in abide. Those are not. Oh, if it says it by abide, I don't want it to say abide. I want it to be not channel. Link or bit of file has image. Let me see. Not newest, oldest. Science. Oldest. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because I know I posted it like a long time ago. Okay. Next. I might have to just dig this up later, because I joined the server when it had 600 people. And I posted a picture of it a long time ago. This is actually cool. If you guys ever want to go into Craftopia, just type in like, look at the filters of like the photos, and then just like look at the oldest first, and you can like have a nostalgia trip. I'm having a nostalgia trip, with all these old photos. But it might be on a channel that is dead. But yeah, I was looking at a photo of the way that balloons used to function, like how the height they went to. Oh, I bet you I posted it. Oh, hold up. I know where to find it. I posted it in photos. Hold up. I posted it. What? I know I posted it here. I thought I posted it here. General. Please tell me it's here. Oh, I found it. I found it. I'm downloading it. This was from, oops, I just closed the Discord. This photo, I'm going to share with you guys, was taken 2/8/2024 is when I uploaded it to this Discord. Let me put it on screen for you guys. So this is a really old photo. I'm talking a really old photo. 2 years ago. Downloads. Here we go. Booyah! Look at that photo. That has some data. Some really old data. And let's recreate that real quick. And we'll science this here to see how things have changed. I really should actually hold up. Let me go. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me go over here. Bus station. Let me go over to my mountain. It's not in this world. It was in a different world that I did this. But we'll go over here to a mountain, and then we will recreate that real quick. So what I did. I'm sorry, guys. We're kind of getting all a little off track here, but I want to see how they were to how they are. See how close, because I know when I first started, everybody was like, I started doing some testing, and everybody's using the dynamic platforms. And I'm like, why are you guys using the dynamic platforms? If you guys look at this chart here. So the mountaintop, 56,000 meters or whatever high. And then if you look really quick at the tiny little numbers, let me zoom in for you guys. So what you got here is and back in the day, wood was ever so slightly lighter than granite. And these are just foundation pieces. This is by 16 by 16. And then 2 wood. And then if you have 1 wood foundation, brought it down to here. 3 wood was down here. And 1 dynamic foundation was lower than the level of the Frost Mountains. That's why, if you guys notice, like all of my builds, I don't use the toy piece. I don't use the toy pieces because they're really heavy. I don't use the dynamic foundations for most of my builds that I put out for you guys, because they take too much. They're too heavy. They're just too heavy. Let me zoom this back in real quick for you, and then we'll actually recreate this real quick. And then we'll end stream. But I want to show you guys this because this is cool. This is cool. Doing some science. Zoom in. And the reason that I chose the mountain was at the time we didn't have this chart was made before Lost Isles existed. Before Lost Isles existed. And so I didn't have like floating mountains. This was the tallest thing in the game when I made this chart. And I wanted to compare it to a mountain. Oh man, I'm having a nostalgia trip, guys. We'll even do it right here off next to this here, so you can kind of have the mountain in the background. Oh, dude, this is cool. This is cool. Okay, so we will do 1 wood. I don't think it mattered for. Okay, 1 wood. Oh, well, here's what we need to do. We need to do what I did before is I set out this.
Back in my day, we used to have to walk uphill in the snow both ways with rocks in our shoes to keep our feet warm.
Okay, so I hope that was not really disrespectful. I feel like it probably was. I'm sorry. Let me real quick throw down a bunch of layers because we're cool like that. Because what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a 16 by 16 wood. We're going to go over by 2. 1, 2. Let's make it daytime so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. I'm curious. Do you guys think that it's going to be higher or lower? Put your guess in the chat. Higher or lower? Is this going to be higher or lower than it used to be? So we put one of those. We'll strap on a large balloon in the center. Boop. Right in the center. And we'll break the first layer. Oops. That's not the first layer. The first layer. You think it's going to be higher. Okay. So that's wood. Now let's do granite. A 16 by 16 granite floor. To recreate. Let me see. Here's a granite. 16 by 16. I'm actually going to shift this one. Hold up. I'm going to shift this one over a little bit because I don't want it to accidentally, if it's really close to the other one, I don't want it to, I'm going to shift it. Hold up. It needs to be shifted. Yeah, that way's fine. Okay, 16 by 16 floor. That's centered. I think that's centered. That's centered. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going to shift that one over because I think those are going to be so close to each other that I don't want them to hit each other and then mess up those numbers. Okay, so then the next one in the photo, so we have wood, granite, 2 wood. So let's do 2 wood on top of each other. See how this works. 1, 2. Yeah, this is the testing that I was doing back in the day, and I was trying to figure out like the durability of the pieces and stuff. Hold up, we gotta break carefully. Yep. Here we go. That's 2 wood. Okay. The next one here, and then we'll add a couple to this because we have a larger like foundation piece. Okay, so that one's 2 wood, 1 wood foundation. Because we know that the wood is slightly lighter than the granite, or it was back in the day. It might not be now. 1, 2. 1 wood foundation, which is the thickness of 3 floors. Okay. Put that right there. Yep. Send her off to space. Goodbye. That definitely took off slower. And then let's throw in, I guess the last one here is 3 wood. Oh, I guess they're saying that 3 wood used to be lighter than. Well, it used to be heavier. Marble malachite floors, are they heavier than granite? I can do some of that testing in a second. Let me do 3 wood floors here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, something else that if you look at some of my older builds, actually here you go. Let me show you this real quick. So I used to do a build that looked like this. The build. Let me even pull out the pieces. I had a vehicle build that. Let's see if you guys are OG enough to know this fact. Rollers used to be able to destroy your ship. If a roller hit your ship, it could destroy your pieces. So I built. Actually, this is a modified version. Let's bring it back to the actual old one. I built a ship that looked like this. Because, and then I put balloons on it. Because I had a roller come over and run through the middle of my ship and destroy it. I was so mad. And I'm like, okay, well, then I have to build a ship that's got legs. So that way the roller can't hit you. And also, so that way mobs, when they're running around, they can't hit you unless they throw rocks at you. Because I guess they could come up the stairs. But yeah, so I built a ship like this because a roller smashed through my ship. So even if you look back to the toy triathlon, I'm flying around in a vehicle like this, even though that's not relevant anymore. My style of toy building has been shaped by the game's origins. Sorry, distracted. So that was 3 foundation pieces. And let's go for a dynamic foundation. I am going to shift this one over again just to make sure that it doesn't get bound up by what's above it. Foundation piece. Let's grab a 16 by 16 foundation piece. Put it over here. Drop a balloon right in the center. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's step back. Step back and look at it. Oh, guys, I'm having a nostalgia trip. Dude, you are right. They are way higher. That piece used to be... Oh, maybe it's going down. That piece used to go underneath the mountain. So that's higher. It's lighter. The pieces is lighter. But the rest of those numbers stay true. So they haven't changed the game completely. So we got 3 floors. And then you got the foundation piece. And then you have 2 floors, 2 wood floors. And then you have... Dude, that is really consistent, actually. The granite is still heavier than the wood, which makes sense. Oh, that is so beautiful. But, ooh, okay, let's see how high this actually is. I can't touch it or else it'll go down. But let's look at the height numbers. Oh, Chad is covering it. Seed. Let me see. If I make the HUD larger, will that make those numbers bigger? Game HUD. Let's make it really big. Apply. Thrusters located definitely makes matter more that they are increased. Having tiny thrusters in the roof line. If a truck or more engines, it helps counter the far back thrusters waiting to... Where's the height measurement? So it's actually at the very, very bottom of the screen. So we are currently at... here, I'll put... if you look at the peak of the mountain... there's a bunch of numbers at the very bottom of your screen. It's really hard to see them. But the location and the last number, if I go up and down, you see how that last number is changing? That's my height. So I'm currently at 17,655 is where my feet are at. And that's what matters, is your feet is where they calculate that, I'm pretty sure. 17,657. How does that compare to the old numbers? 17,657. Dude, it's basically the same. It's basically the same. Well, let me go up to 17,688. Let me see what 17,688 is. 17. 6. Wait, hold up. 688. 688. 388. So about actually, oh, I just had it. So yeah, balloons used to be more powerful. Oh, they destroyed balloons. They're lighter now. I thought that they were making the pieces lighter. No, they made this piece heavier. This piece is heavier, unless I had used the. Actually, hold up. I know exactly what piece I used in the test before. Let me stop faulting. Let me real quick do a test on, because I know that I had used. Hold up. I had used back in the day. I did not use that piece. I had used this 16 by 16 floor. Because I didn't have the other one. That is technically the piece that was used in the previous test. So just double checking that I'm not just. It shouldn't really matter. Shouldn't matter. It's gonna bob up and down, and it may not set quite right. Come on, should be the same height. Yeah, okay, so there's a little bit of inconsistency here, and I think that's just because of the, like, if you have a weight on it and it comes up, it's kind of like your brakes when you come to a stop sign. Eventually, like, it does it. Wait, what? Oh, it is a different time of day too. I do know that the time of day does affect how high something sits. Yes. XYZ. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can tell the coordinates. And I don't remember. But yeah, that very last number is height, because that's the only one that changes when you go up and down. So Grant is setting at 1750. Grant is setting at 1750, which is 17, really close. So 2 wood should be, well, 2 wood. All I care about here is I want to check the dynamic foundation. So that's 12. 12. Let's see if that's close. Oh. 12. And that is sitting right at 11. Yeah, that's sitting right at like 12. Well, technically 12 would be up. Oh. Yeah, like right in here. So it's a little bit lower. I thought it was higher. It's lower. Which it's close enough that they're pretty much the same. The pieces haven't gotten heavier or lighter. Currently, as they stand, they're the same for all intents and purposes. You wanted me to test. You wanted me to test something. I can't remember. Hold up. Let me see what you were saying. You were wanting me to test. You said, Dave said, what about the marble or malachite floors? Are they heavier than granite? That is a good question. Let me real quick throw down a test for that. Let me go that way, that way, that way, that way, and that way. And then we will throw down, oh, let's set that HUD not down to 1,000%. 90%. There we go. Yes. So I don't know if I have malachite floors. Let's go down to the 16 by 16s. So this is sandstone. I have sandstone, if that matters. So we have sandstone. We have vine, but we're not doing the wood ones right now. Marble. So here's a marble 16 by 16. Here is a granite 16 by 16. Let me see, what else do we got? I don't know if I have a malachite 16 by 16. It's wood, obsidian. I have an obsidian 16 by 16. Oh, I do have malachite 16 by 16. Hold up. I need another direction. Let me grab that malachite real quick. Just to say that I had it. Okay. And then we need to go there, and we'll drop the malachite one right here. Malachite 16 by 16. Wait, that's 6 by 16? Hold up. They messed up the number on that. That's funny. You guys see that? The Daft Punk? It says 6 by 16. That's definitely not 6 by 16. Yeah, the Daft Punk is messed up, guys. Someone go report that bug. This is a super important patch that they patch it. Hold up. That one was 6 by 16. We can't use that one. That's going to screw up our testing. That 6 by 16 is going to throw us off. 16 by 16. Let's test that one. Somebody go report that bug. They need to fix it. That's like a world-ending bug. Let me break that one off. Send that one into the sky. And we'll test all the other. These are all technically like stone. I would assume they should sit at basically the same height. I'm worried that what's going to happen, though, is one of them is going to sit slightly higher or lower just because of doing one test, which is not going to be truly accurate. All right, let's go check them out. See where they sit. So yeah, I'm worried that one's just going to sit higher or lower based upon. Oh, wait a minute, that's okay. Okay. It might actually make a difference. Why is the obsidian one so high? This is the obsidian one. They are not sitting at the same height. Let me see if I can get this one to come up higher. If I sit on it. There's got to be a better way to test this by having them all attached to the same piece and released at the same time. But apparently no. They don't weigh. Oh, wait. Maybe this is just variance and inconsistency. They're basically the same. Basically the same. Let's see if I step on this one, get it to go down, and then get it to come up. Like I might be able to get just sit higher because of that bounce. If I get it to bounce, if I get it to bounce just the right height, it can probably get about the same. But yeah, there. Like, see how like it comes to a stop. So they're basically the same, and yeah, they're pretty much the same. Though I would be curious to see if metal is heavier. Is there a metal 16 by 16 floor? Or is there a metal floor at all? Because I know there's metal like walls. But yeah. Okay, I think that's about all I have time for testing for. Yeah, because I know. Yeah, it's heavy metal. So, yeah. Heavy metal. I can't do heavy metal sounds right now though. But yeah, I do know the thickness, the bulk of the piece does matter when you're shipbuilding. Jets are, so in conclusion here for this video, wrapping it up here. These balloons, oh, actually, this is something I wanted to show you guys. So, this is, I think, going to be really important. Hey, tired platypus. I am a tired platypus is the answer. Just not the platypus part, just the tired part. So here I think is something that people should be doing with their ships. So assuming that the center of mass really matters, that center of mass is very, very close to the center of mass here. So I think something that people need to be doing with their ships is everybody's freaking out. They're saying that like these balloons are terrible, because they empty the balloon and it falls to the ground and it crashes and they're like, oh, it's trash. No, it's not trash. It does need an indicator. So if you guys look at the right side of my screen, you have exit, steer, AD. Yeah, I don't. Oh, hold up. I'm getting a pulse on that. I am getting a pulse. I guess that's what you were saying with reverse. You're right. It does give a reverse channel. I bet you we are going to get reverse as a channel. I bet you are right. Let me assign that. Channels 1 through 3. And I did try to see if like if you zoomed out, if like I got more channels, but no. You just get channels 1 through 4 right now. Yeah, you're welcome, Tired Platypus. What did I help with? I'm trying to remember what I helped with. But yeah, so here, if you see People are like, oh, the new balloon is nasty. So if you see it, we get a little indicator that you're activating the channel on the left. What I want them to do is behind that little bubble, what I want them to do is when you activate that, the lift swivel, if they would give a fullness. So if it's, oh, the balloon picture still, I'm sorry, the balloon is covering that. I'm sorry. I will delete it. There you go. Are you sure you want me to? Yes, I'm going to delete it. Okay. So if you look on the side of the screen, you see how lift is, when you push the key, it's got like that border around it. What I want them to do is add an indicator behind that, a little indicator behind that of how full is your balloon. So when it's all the way full, that indicator is completely filled. And when it's all the way empty, like you see that bar, it'll go from fully blue, well, fully, maybe they would do red, because red would be full, to where it would like hue shift color wise and get empty to where then eventually once it's completely empty, that bar is also empty. But everybody's been freaking out because once the balloon is completely empty, it's empty. It's just a block. And so people are freaking out. They're like, I keep crashing. So watch this. I'm going to empty my balloon completely out. Oh no, I'm going to crash, right? No, I'm not going to crash. Okay, I am probably actually going to crash. Okay, I did crash. But the point is, if you make the balloon a lot lighter, to where it weighs, your ship needs to weigh just about nothing. So that way, when you have these activated balloons, they're not your only balloons on the ship. But 4 is going to be too many, unfortunately. That's going to cause it to... Oh, no, it isn't going to cause it to lift off the ground. So what you want to do is you want to have... the Zeppelin balloon not be the only balloon. It's going to be for your lift. And then you're still going to want to have the other balloons dictate how fast you want it to descend. So I see this. Nice landing. Bump. So this is the way ships need to be designed now. If you want to have that elevation, is the elevation balloon isn't the only balloon on your ship. The ship needs to be balanced just like it was before. It weighs just about nothing. It'll come down to the ground. I'm trying to think. If we get a bunch more jets, the other thing that you can do here, I saw somebody in our Discord, chat, or let me know if you know who it was in the Discord. They were talking about modifying, oh yeah, it was Links over in the Discord. He also has a YouTube channel, she, I'm not sure, was saying that they modified their Zeppelin where they put a thruster on the bottom. So you're like, well, it doesn't go up fast enough. We'll just make a channel to where you push channel 3 and it goes up. So the ship goes up much faster. And you were talking, who was it in here? Somebody was saying that, I think it was, who was it in chat? Somebody in chat was saying that they were annoyed or sad that the new balloon didn't get you to the top of the monastery. No balloon can get you to the height of the monastery. The answer is jets. If you need that extra altitude, oh, I just broke the jet off the bottom. If you need that extra altitude, you can use the jets on the bottom. To go a little bit higher. The other thing that I am thinking could be messed with is instead of using the balloon as a as your lift, it could also do something interesting here. So if we have a ship here like this, and then this is not going to be a rotating or turning ship. This is just going to be a just strictly go forward ship to show you guys the concept here. I'll even only put one balloon on there. So use it as a direction. So if we, let me see, if we want to take, Nomadic says, on the zipline I added the rear thruster, the channels, so there was an autopilot separating from the driving. Yeah, that's nice. So if we add this balloon here, we can make it so the higher you go, the more air you add into that, you can change the pitch of your vehicle. So we're like, hey, we want it to point more into the sky. We just keep adding, and that gets us higher up. But then if we want to level off, we could release some of this air to where now the ship will be more flat, to where then you can fly forward. So then you're not just controlling, except for this jet. This ship is terrible. The concept being here, be like, if you want to gain altitude, you can gain altitude, but you also be tipping the ship, so that way your thrusters are also pushing to gain altitude. And then once you've maintained altitude, you can let out some of the air. I don't know. That's why I also want the balloons. It'd be cool if we could assign those balloons to channels, because then you could have one set is raise and lower, and the other set is adjust your pitch. You could also, then if you wanted to get really silly, you could have one assigned to like tipping the wings, so pitch and yaw. I don't know. There's just too many thoughts just running around my head. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for hanging out and listening to the thoughts of a weirdo. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me, or if you want to show me anything, let me know. I'm happy to take a peek at it. And I will keep you guys updated, especially once that I think we're going to be getting channels according to the patch notes. It makes sense. Over here when we're in the chair, we have forward, reverse, left, right, steering left and right. Hopefully we'll be able to assign those with a wrench. I don't know. But yeah, you guys have a fantastic one. Enjoy your week. And we will be back at it next Monday. Probably this next Monday we will be in the community world, or we might have to set up another one trying to unlock the trophy, and we'll probably do a trophy run. So I think Kaboom will be live tomorrow or the next day doing trophy runs. So if you want to get your trophy, you can sooner than next week, you can talk to him. See ya.